Hi, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Richie's Talk Zone. I'm your boy, RichieRemyDeTalkertive, and today we're going to be discussing a very, very interesting topic. I had a reason why I picked this particular title, and I guess everyone will be wondering why such a big grammar. Gerascophobia, yeah. So, gerascophobia is basically the fear of aging. Have been wondering, I've just been thinking by myself that, whoa, time is flying. The clock is ticking. Seconds are passing. Minutes are passing. Hours are passing. Months are passing. Years are passing. And the fear is creeping in. So I had to call on one of my friends. He's a podcaster, as myself. So we can talk about this fearful matter. It might not be fearful, but I think we're going to be dissecting it in today's episode and see whether it's a blessing or it's a curse. So, guys, help me welcome Kenn2 Podcast. Nathaniel Kenn2 is a podcaster. I'll allow him to introduce himself. So, welcome to my show, Kenn2 Podcast. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing just great. I'm doing well. Thank you, Richie. Thank you for having me on your podcast. Thank you for inviting me to discuss this very wonderful topic,
You're welcome. You're welcome.
gerascophobia, the fear of aging. I am Nathaniel Kenchak. I am the host of Kenn2 Podcast. And then, yeah, I'm ready for this. Let's go. Let's go.
Lovely, lovely. And I must thank you as well for also gracing this episode to give us some insights from your end because I believe you're a student, right? You're students.
Yes, I am.
Okay, yeah. So I would like us to have those angles because I believe both of us we are young. We are both young and all of us have our goals in life. And one thing about the goals that we have in life is the factor of time, because as you're planning to achieve some certain things, time is of a necessity. Time is the value that is attached to these goals that we are looking to attain. So, hence, this particular fear of aging. So, Ken, when we say gerascophobia, when we say fear of aging, what comes to your mind randomly? Because I when fear of aging comes into my mind, what I think about is, am I actually hitting some pointers in my life as I'm aging? What have I done with my
Uh,
life in this particular phase, in this number of years that I've been existing on this planet Earth? What have I achieved? That is the fear that creeps in. So what does fear of aging mean to you? What comes to your mind when we say fear of aging?
when I hear fear of aging, gerascophobia, the first thing that comes to my mind is fear itself.
Mm-hmm.
That fear. Just I begin to question myself. Um, Anxiety certainly it comes, whereby I begin to question myself. What have I done at this
Mm-hmm.
particular stage in life? Um, and when I see old people, I'm going to be like, okay, does this mean that this is how I'm going to be? And then I begin to think about things I can achieve while I'm young before I get to that stage of before I get to that old age. You
Hmm.
get so I want to do that are possible now, because when I get to that old stage, there are certainly things I will not be able to do because of my age, because of jiggets.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. So that means you're actually saying that you've come to a point in your life, or you've actually had instances whereby you were anxious about the
Exactly,
idea of getting older, right?
exactly.
So can you quickly maybe give us like a scenario, a point in time in your life that it really dawned on you that, hey, bro, I'm getting older. People that I'm just gonna say from my own end here. I'm just painting that scenario because sometimes I sit back, I see kids that were born in my presence. I saw them grow up. I saw them pass through the various stages of life. They went into nursery school, they went into the primary school, and I'm seeing them growing up. It's like they're growing up. I'm seeing them becoming so big. Some of them are even
Ex-
taller than me. And I'll be like, bro, what's happening? It's like I don't know. In a way, it looks as if my life has been placed on pause whilst theirs is still playing and they are catching up with me. And in the other space, it lets me know that, bro, you're actually growing older, because if they are growing older and catching up with you, that means your age is really, really skyrocketed. So at what point in time did it actually dawn on you that, bro, I'm really getting old and I need to do something?
Okay. Recently, like in recent times, I've been seeing my juniors like from secondary school. I've seen them in church or seen the road. And then I see people they've grown. I'm like, wow, 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 time is really moving. Because back in secondary school, when I was a senior, these people used to come to me. They'd be like, Senior Nathaniel, this person did this person, they'll come and report problems to me. And then I'll see how, as a senior, I can tackle those problems. But now you see them, they've grown, they are matured. I'm like, wow. And then I begin to question, when did I graduate, that these people have them myself, they'll also soon graduate. Did you get?
Yeah.
And then recently I just saw an essay I wrote while I was in SS1. It was a class work or a project or something, whereby I said I was just saying what I want to do. Whereby I saw that I said at the age of 18, I'm going to begin my political career because I've always been a political ambitious person, whereby I've
Wow.
always wanted to be in politics. And then I
Oh.
saw at the age of 18, I'll be a local government chairman or councillor. And I'm 20 right now. I'm like, oh Jesus, what have I done? I'm behind schedule. I'm 2 years behind. You get?
Really, really, yeah.
Actually,
Really, really.
it made me actually sit down and think. I'm like, wow, what's actually happening? I'm growing old, oh, and there are a lot of things I wanted to do I still haven't done because I'm behind the clock. So
Hmm.
that anxiety also sets in. You get?
Yeah, yeah. So what you just mentioned now, about you saying, okay, at the age of 18, I believe everyone, and I believe my listeners now, each of them has, like, when I started my opening statement, is that we have some goals that we've set for ourselves. Everybody, when you were younger, when you were in school, you were asked, what do you want to become when you grow up? So many people said, I want to become a doctor, I want to become a lawyer, I want to become this, various things. And everybody had a set time. In your
Mm.
mind's eye, you have like a set time that, oh, I want to achieve this particular thing at this point in time. I want to achieve this time. For example, you just said you wanted to become, like, you had that aspiration that you want to become a chancellor by 18, and you're 20, and that 18 has passed, and that aspiration has not been achieved yet. Though, I wouldn't say it's to your detriment. I wouldn't say it's to your detriment. Personally, I wouldn't say, because exposure, seeing different things in life has made me take life one step at a time. But still, yet, that human nature that always, hey, bro, something is happening. You're getting older. You've not achieved this. I want to know, from your own point of view, what do you think is the thing that's actually fueling this anxiety? Is it our social construct? Is it media? What do you think? Is it our
Well,
society? Our society? Is it the media space that is actually fueling this fear, this budding fear that you're getting older? What do you think from your own point of view?
I believe it's a blend of all these factors.
Okay.
It's all have a part. All Junior, they all fuel Gerascophobia. Let me take them one after the other. Media,
Okay.
the social media, I believe, has the highest contribution to fear of
This audio was created with Podcastle.ai.
contribution to
Hmm.
fear of aging because we live in a society whereby social media is at its peak. Do you get?
Yeah. Yeah.
People 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 look up to celebrities, and celebrities also enjoy their benefits. Celebrities enjoy from what they do. For example, we have Pella. Pella is a young
Mm-hmm.
guy, of course. Pella, people enjoy his content. He has followers, he has viewers. Because
Yeah.
he's young, people admire what he's able to do at this point in time.
Yeah.
But imagine Pella in his 50s or in his 60s, he won't be able to do this thing. His social status is going to really decline because people are going
Mm-hmm.
to leave him to go for younger people. Did you
Yeah.
get?
Yes.
So and then when he sees that, okay, that's what's happening, he's going to okay, let's it's something that he sees like, okay, this is what is going to happen. So he
Mm-hmm.
begins to fear. He will not want to turn old. He begins to fear that anxiety, that Gerascophobic mindset
Feeling.
begins. Exactly. You get, because you
Okay.
want to set in the fear of aging, because you as an individual, you fear, you don't want to socially decline, you don't want to, there are many benefits associated with being young, and then you know that these benefits are not going to be there when you're old again. So you begin to fear, you begin to lose hope. You begin to be like, what if that what if begins to set in.
So so you're trying to say, based on the relevance, you start having doubts that will I still be relevant as at this point in time? Is that what you're saying, in the case of Pella's situation? Because personally, are you with me? That thought of being relevant, that am I going to be relevant over in the next 10 years, in the next 15 years? That is where
Exactly.
the feeling of gerascophobia starts setting in on him. So
Exactly.
if we take a look at it from that angle, his own scenario is based on the social media influencing scene. We have so many people that are not influencers. Okay, let's say somebody that does a normal 9 to 5 job.
Mhm.
What do you think are some of the fears that might set in for those kind of people? Where do you think gerascophobia comes in or plays in that person's life?
For example, if you have an elderly person in your house, probably your grandmother, this is tilting towards personal experience on the other hand, whereby it's someone you see the implications of aging in someone, which is a personal
Mhm.
experience, right? You see it in your grandmother, and then your
Yeah.
grandmother sees you watching TikTok videos and you dancing, and then she says something like, "I remember when I was young, my friends and I used to dance this way." Now,
Mm.
that statement she made is going to ring in your head. It's going to, I don't know what particularly you use, but it's going to affect the way you think now. You're going to be
Mm.
like, okay, so now if I'm this old, I won't be able to do these things I'm doing now. I won't be able to do
Mm.
these things I see on social media. And then you begin to fear aging. You begin to get scared. That anxiety sets in. You get.
Mm. Mm. Because from the angle of that, yeah. So from the angle of that personal experiences, personally too, I feel like, just as you said, your immediate family or even people in your society that you grew up seeing, like you have a particular uncle that you saw his lifestyle when he was younger, much younger when you were also younger, and now that you are also older, his age has also gone up a bit, and you could see that he's not actually living those kind of lifestyles that he was doing back then. And also you might have seen some flaws in his own life, that, oh, maybe he was that kind of person that likes going out clubbing and the rest, and maybe didn't particularly take note of maybe saving money and the rest. And maybe at his older age now, he's fond of maybe begging other family members for money and the rest. So you start unconsciously, you start thinking that I saw this man when he was younger. I saw him as my uncle. I saw the things that he was doing and the rest. And now look at the kind of life that he's living now. And I'm also aging. I need to start making some necessary steps. That is somebody that is actually thinking in the positive light. You start saying that, oh, let me start working on myself so that I don't live this kind of lifestyle this person is living as at this age. So that fear starts gripping you, that
Mhm.
you wouldn't want to make that mistake. That fear of making those mistakes, attributed to you aging as well, also sets in. Another thing I would like to ask
Yeah.
is that, do you think that this fear of aging, our generation, is it the millennials or Gen Zs that are more afraid? It's only millennials and Gen Zs that are more afraid of aging than the previous baby bloomers and the rest, because their own lifestyle back then was just a chilled lifestyle. But we, from millennials to Gen Z, millennials started the era of internet, social media, and the rest. So we have an up tempo kind of lifestyle. So do you think, or do you buy into that notion that millennials and Gen Zs now have far more to lose than other generations? And does this Gerascophobia fall onto this particular age range more than other generations?
Yeah, I believe Gen Z and millennials have they are more afraid of Gerascophobia than the previous generations that passed.
Why do you
Why?
think?
Because it, we in the world we currently live in, it's social media that trends. It's every social media is like everything right now.
Mm.
You get,
Yeah,
and then Gen Zs are the youngest of these generations.
yeah.
So it means Gen Zs have more privilege than even the millennials themselves. You get. Now these previous generations that have
Mm,
passed,
mm,
they have enjoyed their youthful days, and then they're already old, so they don't have anything to
mm,
lose. They are in that stage already, they're in that old age. So there's nothing to lose already because it's something they are experiencing. The highest thing they can do is just miss back those days, miss back their memories whereby they could do things that they are not able to do again. Do you
mm.
get?
Yeah.
But then right now, Gen Zs and millennials are it's not even they should be scared of aging because for example, like I said, you and I were I'll classify you of course as a Gen Z.
I'm not a Gen Z.
Yeah,
I'm a millennial. I'm a
so I'll
millennial.
classify
But I'm
I'll
just in
classify you
between
as
though.
alright, no problem, it's fine. But I'm a Gen Z. I'll not proudly say, but I am it. I can't change it, but yeah, I am a proud Gen Z, of course.
You say you're not
And
proud
then
to. Did you just say you're
looking
not
at
proud to
social,
say it?
no, no, no.
What did
I
you
was just
say?
joking. That was a
Okay.
joke. No, I love
Okay.
my young age. You
Yeah,
see
you
now,
should love it.
I'm scared of it now as I speak.
I'm
Do you
more
get?
scared than you are because I'm more scared than you are because the time is really moving fast. You Gen Zs even have more time on your hands than we millennials because it's crazy. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. Let me use an example now. While making a small research, I looked into Spotify listeners, and then we all know
Mhm.
Beyonce. Beyonce is an artist everybody loves. She's appreciated globally. Do you get?
Yeah.
And then I expected Beyonce to be among the top five most listened to artists in the world. But I saw Beyonce is not even in top 20. Beyonce, okay, I think she should be 19. Yes, top 15. Let me put it. Why? Because her era is
Okay.
passing. The
Yeah.
people don't listen to her as she was. You get compared to when she was much more younger.
Yeah. Our
That
target audience. Our target audience.
exactly, exactly,
So
This audio was created with Podcastle.ai.
our target audience.
exactly,
Still
exactly.
on there.
Now, now the artists people listen to these days are younger people. You get
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
now these artists into. I think the most streamed artist on Spotify should be Bruno Mars.
Hmm.
Bruno Mars now, um, if he sees that he's number one and he sees Beyonce, while growing up to know that Beyonce is someone who everybody loves and listens to, but then he sees
Yeah.
that he's fed over Beyonce right now. Why? Because he's much more younger and people enjoy his style of music in this generation compared to how they do with Beyonce. Do you get?
Yeah.
He begins to that anxiety sets in, that what if sets in. Now he begins to get worried and scared about how he's going to lose his follower base, lose his listeners base when he gets older, because he believes that the same thing that happened to Beyonce is going to happen to him. You get? So he feels like
Yeah.
when he's old or at her stage, these same listeners are going to switch up to another
Exactly.
younger artist.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's just
That has a
an
special
example, by the way.
perspective. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I believe
So no.
Gen Zs themselves should be concerned about the fear of aging.
Hmm. So now it makes me. I beg to ask that. Is it now that we have that fear of aging? Is it like a wake up call to like achieve as much as possible, and not worry about it, because if you're worrying solves nothing. So there's no one, everybody that's listening to me right now, there's nobody at various stages in life you will have definitely have that fear, because everybody moves at a different pace in life. You might have somebody that is the same age as you are, but the level of the person's success might differ from yours. And when you're seeing all those things, that's where society comes in play. When you see all those things that this person I went to school with is already driving this kind of car, already built his own house, you start having that fear that time is not on my side. I'm aging, but I'm not accomplishing as much as this person is doing. So is that, I feel, me, in my own opinion, I feel it's like a positive factor to somebody that really thinks critically, because if you are seeing your age mates attaining some certain things, even though yes, we know everybody is different. We normally say everybody has different grace and everybody's destiny is different, but your destiny should not be the losing destiny. So I think someone that thinks critically, when you see your peers attaining some certain height, it shouldn't be a point where you start worrying too much, but rather it should be a wake up call for you to put in some efforts to be able to achieve some certain things, at least to the barest minimum, that will make you, when you look back, you say, okay, yes, I've actually achieved some things in my own time. Now, I would like to ask that this fear of aging, is there a difference when it comes to male or female? The male and female gender, do they have differences in their fear of aging? I would like you to talk about that.
I believe there's a difference.
Okay,
Yes,
how?
the way would be scared of aging and the way a female person would be scared of aging. Why? Because as a male, you have the mindset that when you grow up, you're going to be the man of the house, the breadwinner. Do you get?
Yeah.
So the pressure on you to work hard and make it so you can provide for your family, it's way more excessive than how it's going to be on a woman. Do you get?
Yeah.
Whereby
But I'm just trying to wrap my head around what you just said now, because let these feminists not hear you. All these ones that are shouting feminists here and there, they will start having an argument with you. But go ahead, bro. I'm listening to you.
yes, do you get? So
Yeah.
it's not the same way a woman is going to be under pressure for. Probably, if a woman wants to take care of her family, she's even going to go into business and then she's just going to look at the profits that she's going to make from that business. You get, probably like she might open a shop where she sells shoes or she bakes cake. But you get, but
Mm.
as a man, you need to work.
Okay.
You need to that sweat must be there physically. You get, it's not just the woman. A woman aims at profit. You get, but the man, um, it's I don't really know how to put this right now. I don't know if the listeners can flow in is what I'm trying to say.
Mm.
Um, it's it's compulsory for a man to provide for his family. It's
Yes.
essential. You get, and
Yeah.
but then a woman. That's why we have women who are housewives. You get, they don't
Yeah.
really have to work. It's not really their
Yeah.
it's not
It's not
mantled
their
upon them that
responsibility.
they must provide.
It's not their
Exactly,
responsibility. It's not part of their
exactly,
responsibilities as wives or as women.
exactly. So
But
as a
before,
man,
okay, go
go
ahead.
go on. What were you trying to say?
Okay, so I was just trying to say, before we reach the point of responsibilities or whatnot, I'm just going to be saying that I feel women have more to lose, though, or the fear of aging really creeps into women more than men, because I normally say this thing jokingly that women normally, and it's a general knowledge, women have as like quote unquote an expiration date, because they have a time. Yeah, yes, that's what I was saying, quote unquote. They have a time where menopause sets in and the likes, and when a young lady is growing up, when a lady hits the age of 30, some of them is even lower than 30, maybe 26 thereabouts, and they have not seen a man that they're going to be settling down with or going to get married to, it's crazy. It's a crazy period for them. So once a lady clocks 23, 24, they start getting that fear. What's happening? I need to get married. Most ladies, they've already set a particular age that they said they're going to get married. Maybe they'll say, oh, when I get to the age of 25, I'm going to marry, I'm going to have my kids, blah blah blah. So once they pass that age of 23, 24, 25, 26, 28, 27, it start getting crazy for them and they start getting frustrated, and some of them, it makes them start taking some reckless decisions that they are not supposed to make because they feel time is not on their side, and they'll want to maybe jump into any available ship that they know that, okay, to give them a kind of soft landing when it comes to marriage, which has to do with this societal construct that everybody has. A man necessarily might not be bothered about getting married because what's the main headache of a man, as you just said, is provision, being successful, being able to provide for anybody, either your family, either your wife, anybody around you, being able to provide. That is a man's headache. So I feel the fear of aging, it's actually a constant, but it's on a different level when it comes to male and female. Because as a man, any age that you are, when it comes to marriage, the point of marriage, any age a man can comfortably get married. I'm going to mention a controversial one that, like for example, Ned Nwoko getting married to, what's her name, Regina Daniels, a very young girl. At her age, she got married to an elderly man as that, because what he's successful, he's able to provide, he has the money. So that is a man's focus, that I need to attain this, I need to attain this, I need to be able to provide. Whilst a woman, they're not bothered about the provision, but they want to get into a home quickly. That is a woman that is not all these feminists that are rising every day that they feel they can do the same thing that men are doing. But ideally, a woman always thinks that I need to get married as at
This audio was created with Podcastle.ai.
woman always thinks that I need to get married as at certain age, and if I don't get married, it's a problem. Now, it brings me to my question again, that now this fear of aging, does it have to do with, we've mentioned so many things. Does it have to do, because people get scared for different reasons. Does it have to do with physical appearance as well, or in terms of success, or is just psychological? What do you think about that?
I it's of course it's both, but I think it's more of psychological. You get? If it's
Okay.
appearance, of course. Let me go for the ladies. Ladies, I'm sorry, but I'm just being honest here.
Yeah.
If it, of course, she can, or if she's scared of aging, there are things she can use to comfort herself. She knows she can use makeup to at least cover up that
Hmm.
aging.
How
She mustn't be
how far can she
she must be
make
old.
up?
I've seen of I have personal experience of seeing women who are old who have used makeup to jiggers hide
Concede.
their exactly conceal their age. It's going to really make them look way younger. I don't know how magical it is. It's really magical for me because I don't know. True. And then they can do surgeries like facelifts and different things
Yeah.
too. But then that's more physical, right? How they can deal
Mm.
with it physically. But
Yes.
then psychologically, you begin to, if you're not strong enough psychologically self, you begin to go insane.
Are you
So
there?
psychologically, I said if you're not strong enough, you see that you're going insane. You begin to lose your
Yeah.
sanity, no matter how small it or little it might be. For example, you can just be working at the office and then the feeling just kicks in. You be like, wait, oh, this work, I'm not going to be here forever. What if I turn old? I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
lose my relevance. I'm going to lose your relevance. You get? If you're the
Yeah.
smartest person in your company or in your office, that smartness at some point is going to go. You're not going to be as smart as you currently are. You get?
Yeah, someone can come in more smarter than you are.
and more younger than you. That's
Yeah.
the advantage. Exactly. So I feel like it's more of psychological because just like I said, physically you can there are ways you can use to deal with it in your own
Hmm.
way, at least. But that psychological is there. It's a fact. It's you get that fear of you losing your relevance, and then
Yeah.
it's all there's nothing you can do about it. It's going to happen.
Hmm. Nice, 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 nice take. We've said a lot. We've said a lot about, and I think we're even getting our listeners more scared, more scared. So let's give our listeners a soft landing now. So what do you think? Someone that is, I think we're even getting our listeners more scared. Let's just give them a soft landing. So what do you think? Someone, or how can listeners now, or anybody that is passing through this particular fear of aging, how can they be able to overcome this fear, or even not overcome it? How can they be able to manage this fear of aging in a healthy way?
Okay. First of all, everyone listening, it's normal. I just want you to know that you're not the only person who feels that way. You're not the only one feeling that way, and it's totally normal for you to be scared and uncertain about the future. Do you get? It's natural. That's why it's a fear. It's something we can't control. Do you get?
Right.
But I believe you should try to focus more on the present than the past because when you focus on the past, it pains you more. You begin to regret. Like I said, I look back when I looked at my essay and saw that I wanted to go into politics at the age of 18, and I just saw that essay at the age of 20 some weeks back. So someone who is dealing with Gerascophobia or the fear of aging should not focus on the past and regret the things that you have not been able to achieve or do. Rather, focus on
Hmm.
the future and think of things that you can achieve right now at this point in time. Do you get? So there's no
Yeah.
point in you regretting, okay, hey, I've done this 4 years ago. Probably I would have been more successful. Do you get? Just focus
Yeah.
on what you can do right now to make you successful.
Hmm. Hmm. So
And
I
then
like. Okay, go ahead, bro.
also focus on learning new things, not just dwelling on things you know. Learn new things. It also helps you put a control to that anxiety or that fear.
Hmm. Yeah.
It has actually worked out.
Nice, nice take. So personally, from my end, I feel we always have this notion, and most motivational speakers keep on saying we should have the importance of having a vision board, a board whereby you put your goals, things that you want to achieve on that particular board and work towards it. But I feel my listeners, as you're listening to me, I feel you should have an accomplishment board as well so that you take note of all those accomplishments because it's very funny sometimes it happens to me too. Sometimes you tend to forget all the things that you've actually achieved, but what keeps
Mm,
on bothering you are those things that you've not achieved, and that's what
yeah,
keeps weighing on people. That's what keeps weighing down people. I feel you should have an accomplishment board. All those things that you have accomplished, be it big or small, let it be written down clearly somewhere. That once you take a look at it, you say, I did this, I did that, I did it. Some way it speaks to your conscience, it speaks to your psyche, it speaks to your ego as well. It makes you feel worthy, it makes you feel valuable. But if the only thing you are seeing are those visions, it's very great to have those visions. Very, very great. Have those visions, superb. But also have a board where you have those achievements listed down so that you can always have like a refresher. You always have a reference to your life not being a waste. Because if you are seeing all those things, it makes you see, yes, there's hope for you to even fight to achieve those other things that are on your vision board. You get me? So listeners, don't feel inferior at all. This also brings me to my question now, Nathaniel. What do you think self-worth and identity play in how people view aging? Because like as I said, it self-worth is very, very important. So what do you think this particular thing, self-worth and identity, what does it go? How does it go to help somebody that is battling this problem of gerascophobia?
Okay, self worth. When um, you need to have value for yourself, because when you regret the things you have not been able to do, you begin to lose value for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That is the implication, that's the impact of you regretting the things you've not been able to do. So you need to have value for yourself and believe in yourself that, okay, yes, there are still a lot of things I can do that will make me a successful person. Do you get?
Right.
Um, while aging, you need to understand that aging is it's a privilege, and it's something that it's not everybody that has. Sorry, let me put the English, the grammar correctly.
Okay.
Aging is a privilege, and it's not something that we all have. Do you get?
Yeah.
That's that's why you hear some people saying age with grace, because it's a privilege.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So there's nothing to be scared about. There's just focus on achievable things and move on. And then you see that your value for yourself is actually there, it's actually increasing, not that it's deteriorating or reducing. You get?
Yes, yes, yes. So, like just as you said, aging, I think that's one positive thing that everyone should draw from this particular episode. Aging is not a death sentence. Aging is actually, as Nathaniel said, it's a privilege for you to.
This audio was created with Podcastle.ai.
As Nathaniel said, it's a privilege for you to age because you aging gives you room to see life on different spectrums, helps you to see life in different, because as you are aging you aren't the same in terms of wisdom, in terms of knowledge that you have attained as when you were 20 years ago or when you were 15 years ago. So you actually aging is helping you live life and helping you see different things in this life, helping you see the beauty of life. Because everybody wants to grow old. People want to, when you were younger, you keep on saying you want to grow old, get married, have your children, you have grandchildren. Why do you have all those things in your mind? Because aging itself is a beautiful phenomenon. It's something that it's you are supposed to look forward to. Do you get me? So, as you're listening to me, don't look down on yourself. Don't feel worthless. Have self worth. Believe in the little things that you've done because whether you like it or not, this life, it's in different stages and all fingers are not equal. You might be hitting, you might be bashing yourself behind closed doors saying, I've not done this, I'm getting older, I've not done that. Meanwhile, somebody is somewhere looking at you and it's even proud that I like the way this guy does. I like this the way this lady does. Look at the things that he or she have attained because those things are you've been blinded. Life has made all those things not visible to you. Has make all those things so opaque that you are not seeing them. You are only rushing, feeling I need to get this. There's no struggle. There's no struggle in this life at all. Think about it like this: you have so many people that you grew up with together, but is everybody alive till today? No. There's so many people that they are no longer with us. What would you say about that? Their lives have been cut short. They've not been able to, they are not living to experience the things that you are experiencing now. So it goes for you to see that this is a very, very awesome phenomenon and you should not take it for granted. You should rather savor it. You should rather think and plan how to be able to achieve some certain things in your own time. In your own time. There's no rush in life because when you start rushing too much, that is when you start indulging into so many, like Nathaniel, like it's crazy these days when you see so many things that people are doing, and the only factor that I see is money, 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 money. Everybody is looking for material possessions.
Exactly.
Everyone, material possession. That is why you see the high rise of cyber crime, prostitution in so many forms, just because you want to get those material things, and just because you're trying to have a comparison with people around you. So it's crazy sometimes when I look at it that way. I see so many things happening. I'll be like, see, there's no point in
It
rushing
is.
and cutting your life short at an early age. There's no point. There's no point. And even though gerascophobia is a natural occurrence, it shouldn't rule over you. you should have control over it. You should have
Yeah.
control over it by all the things that we've mentioned here. Just sit back and reflect, my listeners. Just sit back and reflect. Look at all these things that we've said here. Make a role play of your own life and see that there's no point in even fearing those things that you're fearing. The founder of KFC, 70 years that he attained his own level of success. So if he had been allowing this fear of aging dawn on him, or maybe put him in some kind of shackles, would he have even gone ahead to be able to be a founder of such a very big that's all over the world now? No. So my listeners, don't be afraid. It's normal though, but don't be afraid. Just be strategic about it. Just be strategic. So before we go, finally, Nathaniel, in one sentence, what advice will you just give somebody that is silently battling this fear? What advice will you give them?
This particular episode has taught me a lot. You get. So now I
Yeah.
understand that aging is something is natural. That's why we even get to see some people who can't wait to retire. You get.
Mm.
Some people say I can't wait to retire, so they know they have successfully stepped down. They are
Okay.
waiting for that age to come so they can step down and rest. So it's not
Yeah.
something we all should. It's a beautiful thing, just as Richard said earlier. And then the way people do all sorts of crazy stuff just to get money. Ah, sometimes I just look at some
Yeah.
people and be like, they don't know that trying to live life fast can actually kill you younger. That's
Yes.
that's something.
Yes.
That's another fact. You trying to live your life so fast can kill you at a very young age, very young stage in life. So that's why
Mm-hmm.
life has its stages. Life is step by step. Yes, that's why life is step by step to say, because everything happens, everything it's life is a stage. That's why the age goes up. It's a number, it's a stage. You get, you don't just rush into things. There's time for everything, just as Richard said earlier. And then you need to understand that like I said,
Yeah.
aging is there's no harm there, it's natural. At least you get to have your peace of mind. You get, if you're retired, you don't get to go to work again. You just stay at home, you rest. Come on, look, there are many benefits to aging.
Yeah.
And then even as you age, respect comes. Aging comes with respect. In case if you don't know, aging comes with respect. It brings a lot of respect. You get, so just don't worry about aging. What you need to do now is
Exactly.
focus on how you can make a lot of success with what you have and what materials and resources you have available to you, how you can make use of them to be successful. That's what you need to focus on, not the things you'll not be able to do when you age. Because believe me, if you're a successful person, when you retire, you'll be very happy because you're going to look at the things you've done and be like, yes, I can finally rest because I have done it. I
Mhm.
have done these things. You get.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's my
Yeah.
that's my
Wonderful.
advice.
Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful advice. I really enjoyed this session. I'd love to go on and on and on and on and on. So, my listeners,
So
just as Nathaniel has said, just as Nathaniel has said, don't worry about life. Live life one step at a time. But have in mind that you want to be successful. Work towards that success, no matter how you might think you are lagging behind, still work towards that success, because once you hit that success, it negates every other thoughts that you've had, any other struggle that you faced, and you enjoy your old age. Aging is not a curse, it's really a blessing, and it's a very awesome phenomenon. Thank you so much, Nathaniel, for gracing this episode. I believe our listeners have really learned a lot. And to my listeners, please take your time, replay this episode again, share to your friends that are passing through this particular phase, because I believe most of us are passing through this particular phase. Share to them, listen, soak into it, and do the groundwork. Just do the groundwork, and I believe you have a life worthwhile. Thank you so much, Nathaniel, once again for coming onto the Riches Talk Zone. And thank
my
you so much,
pleasure.
my listeners, for listening to this particular episode. Like as I said, Nathaniel is a podcaster like myself. He's the host of the Kenn2 Podcast. So you guys go check him out as well. Listen to some of his great episodes that he has on his podcast. Thank you so much, guys, once again. I'm your guy, RichieRemyDeTalkertive, and I'm going to be seeing you on the next episode of Richie's Talk Zone. Peace and love, guys.
We're building a community, a sacred space. Richie's Talk Zone, where the youth convene, sharing stories, chasing dreams, living the scene on Spotify, Afripods, Google, and Apple too. We're spreading wisdom, empowering you.
This audio was created with podcastle.ai.